Try it in a small town. Now, I told you a little while ago, by the way, name is Westside Jeff. I'm in for Chris Krok tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. Chris is taking time off. You can catch me on social media at Westside Jeff. Thank you for the listeners interacting on Twitter at Westside Jeff, also on Facebook at Westside Jeff. That is Jason Aldean. And if you know anything about country and country music, if you're a country music fan, I'm speaking to the choir. If you're not, the thing you got to know about country music lovers and country music fans, they have a core belief system. And the core belief system is number 1, God, number 2, country, or number 2, family, and number 3, country. God, family, country. That's what country music is all about. Very religious group, very hometown, very back to the basics. Now, my story is pretty simple. The name is Jeff. It's Westside Jeff. I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. I was born in 1960. I'm a small town guy. I'm just a regular guy. There's a lot of small communities up around Columbus, Ohio, where I grew up. I'm married. My wife, Sharon, her nephew, Jake, is a chief of police in a little community near Wapak, Ohio. It's called St. Mary's. Unless you're from Northwest Ohio, you've never heard of it. That's small town. That's rural. And that's what it represents. Jason Aldean released this song called Small Town last Friday. And he's getting vilified from the left as being racist and inciting problems. I said to you earlier that the First Amendment is under attack, and it truly is. It's under attack. It's being attacked. Our institutions are being attacked. Country music superstar Jason Aldean, he finds himself having to defend himself from the left-wing woke smears. They're accusing his new hit single, it's called Try That in a Small Town, of promoting racial violence. What made this a bigger story today is CMT, Country Music Channel, Country Music Television, CMT, pulled his music video because of the outrage. Now think about that for a minute. What I just said to you a moment ago is country music is about God, family, and country. If you know anything about country music performers, these are regular small-town people. These aren't big city folks that are writing stories and writing records about things that are offensive. Jason Aldean argues that out-of-control crime and BLM riots wouldn't fly in small-town America, and he's right. I'm not talking about Dallas, Texas. I'm not talking about Miami. I'm not talking about LA or New York. I'm talking about smaller communities. I'm talking about Scurry, Texas. I'm talking about Scurry. As somebody once said to me, it's just a wide place in the road. That's small town America. You drive an hour outside of our metro, and you'll get into small town America. And the violence that's going on in our cities and the crime and the law enforcement that is allowing it to happen because mayors aren't attacking it, that won't happen there. You've got gun-toting folks that'll pull a gun on you and ask you, what you doing, brother? That's what his message is. He's saying it's out of control. He's right. All you got to do is turn on the news every night and see it. That's all you got to do. And CMT, being afraid of backlash, pulled his video today. That exponentially raised the stakes on this story. That's why we're talking about it. You got an opinion? I'd love to hear it from you. My name is Jeff. It's Westside Jeff. And my phone number is 800-288-9227, 288-WBAP. The fact is, country music fans' core belief system is God, family, country. And Jason Aldean is just making a statement, and the statement is very well established that out-of-control crime is a problem across our country, especially in big cities. And the rioting that we've experienced and the homelessness and the issues that we experience across our country are unacceptable for our people. That's the message he's conveying. And because a few folks are banging their drums and pulling out their pots and pans and screaming racism, CMT is afraid of the backlash. and they pulled it. That validates, that gives validity to the other side. Now, let me tell you something. There's a lot of music out there that people find offensive. This song and this artist is at the heart of what country music is all about. It's a celebration of specific values. It's God, family, and country. Those who don't get that, those who don't understand that, have a significant cultural gap. But that's not news to you. That's not a surprise, because there's a cultural gap. Country music equals God, family, and country. Now, if you really want to protest something, how about some of the things we have here on urban hip-hop and rap radio, where the tunes and the conversation and the lyrics talk about many of these artists that are about defying the law, about doing drugs, about abusing women. Yet they attack Jason Aldean. That's as country, that is as red, white, and blue, an American country as it comes. The way I've read his lyrics, I've listened to the song many times. And as I've done that many times, I keep coming back to a couple opinions. Number one is, that's what country music is. Country music is America. It may not be your taste, and that's okay, but the lyrics, there's nothing wrong with the lyrics. And number two, country music stars, their belief system, much like core country listeners, is God, family, and country in that order. That's what it's about. And Jason Aldean is being vilified. Let me tell you something. Let me make a prediction on this. You know the name Morgan Wallen? If you're a country fan, you do. If you're not a country fan and you're not aware of what's going on in country music, Morgan Wallen may not be a name that sticks out. The left tried to cancel Morgan Wallen a couple times for several things that he did. Just for the record, he's the second hottest selling country artist in America today. Morgan Wallen is one of the hardest tickets to get, the second hardest ticket to get in country music behind Taylor Swift. He's hotter than ever. And part of that is because God, family, and country. You see, artists that produce music, it's okay to produce music that goes against the establishment. It's okay. The left tells us it's okay to write music that attacks police officers, that attacks law enforcement, that talks about beating up women, that talks about out of wedlock parenting. But it's not okay to talk about small towns, what Jason Aldean is doing. I say kudos to Jason Aldean. I stand with you, Jason Aldean. I love Jason Aldean. By the way, we have a country music station here in our cluster in the city. I looked before I cracked the mic. Our Jason Aldean records are playing more than they've ever played, and this will continue to make it grow. This song will make it number one. This song will get there. What does Jason Aldean think about this? He posted something. He talked a little bit about it. I'll tell you what Jason Aldean had to say in about 4 minutes. Again, my name's Westside Jeff. I want to hear from you at 800-288-9227. That's 800-288-WBAP. I'm Westside Jeff. I'm sitting in for Chris Krok. News Talk 820 WBAP.